citrusy fragrances. So this is called Tropical Citrus by Home and Body Company. It is a soy wax blend scented candle infused with essential oils. And this was actually part of a 4-pack of candles that I got at Costco. The other 3 I am gifting to teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week. And I kept this one for myself. It smells so good. It's very light and it's like grapefruity, I think, which I think might be my favorite citrus candle scent is that grapefruit scent. So I do need to trim the wick a little bit because it's quite long. And trimming the wick helps keep that black soot from accruing around the edge of the container. Okay. Are there any things that you do in your home to prepare for spring or summer or the change of seasons? I typically change the colors of the throw blankets in our living room, and I also will typically start putting fresh flowers on our kitchen island with a candle. I buy inexpensive flowers from the grocery store. I don't know what they're called, but they come in bunches of like white or pink or orange, whatever color, but they last for like 2 weeks. I'll find out what kind they are and I'll mention it here. I'll stick it on the screen. So this candle jar is really pretty. It has like a mercury glass container. But there is no crackly sound for us today, but we can enjoy this in the background while we chat. There. A little cozy glow in the background. Okay, so a fresh new candle is one of my favorite spring things. And then I also have this fun drink that I make for myself in the spring and summer months. I typically run grams of sugar, so it's like a healthier soda, and it's a prebiotic soda, so I guess there's prebiotics in it. I don't know. But it is tasty. I do like them. So I add this to this, but in order to jazz it up just a little bit more, I do squeeze some lime, and in order to make it a little healthier or to add some nutrition to the drink, I also will often add one of these Vital Proteins collagen peptide protein packs. So like this is just like, it's kind of like protein powder, but it doesn't taste like anything. So if you add this, you get 10 grams of protein in your drink as well. It is collagen protein, which technically is an incomplete protein, but I don't count macros or anything like that. So for me, it's protein. It's good, and there's collagen, which is supposedly good for you too. I am not a collagen ingester. I don't drink collagen liquids or powders, or I try to stay away from those gimmicks, I guess. I feel like if all the generations before us survived without drinking collagen, I probably will too. So let's add this first. And then okay, so let's pour this right into our tumbler. Of course, there's like, I think, a truck in my driveway right now. But try to ignore that. Here's a little trick I learned in college. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't mind a little bit of fizz on top, but if you ever pour like a soda or a beer or something and you have a lot of foam, you can just like wipe your finger on your forehead, get a little oil, and swirl it in the foam and it goes away. A little college trick from pouring beer. Okay, so now we have that mixed, and I'm going to squeeze some lime on top because it just elevates the flavor. And I'm going to pop that right in there. Okay, so that is my fun little summer drink, spring drink. Cheers. Delish. It's so good. It's so refreshing. I highly recommend it. You can obviously do it without the collagen protein powder, but I just kind of feel like it gives me a little something extra good for me. Okay, so next I have a few makeup swaps that I have made recently for the change of seasons. I was introduced to this foundation slash sunscreen. I'm not sure what you would call it. I am not a big foundation wearer. I typically wear like a tinted sunscreen, but I saw this and I thought that looks excellent for a good sunscreen for the spring and summer months. It's called Color Science Sun Forgettable Total Protection Face Shield Flex. It has a broad spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen, PA plus. I don't know what that means, but it's all water and sweat resistant. And what's really cool about this is it's very moisturizing and very hydrating. And I'll show you how it works. So I think you just order like light, medium, dark or something. There's not a lot of color shades, but it goes on. It's white. So I'll show you. So it's white just like a moisturizer or a sunscreen, but then as you blend it into your skin, it changes color and becomes, it like matches your skin tone. Isn't that wild? So it's really good. And it's a really good foundation and sunscreen and moisturizer. I really like it. I was using, or I still use occasionally, the, I believe it's Elastin tinted sunscreen. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it, which I like, but I'm also a very naturally shiny person. So sometimes I think I don't need extra shine. So this is nice because it's like a matte foundation or sunscreen, and then you can add highlighter to wherever you want a little extra shimmer or a little extra glow. So that is one little spring switch I've made. And then another new makeup to me is this e.l.f. primer infused matte blush, specifically in the color Always Rosy. And I love it because it's, let me see if I can open it. I love it because it's this like terracotta color. It's almost like a bronzy color with a hint of pink, and I just think it's nice because it looks almost like a bronzer. I have a tough time with bronzer. I feel like if I do contour and I do blush and highlighter and then I put on bronzer, it's like, where is the bronzer going? There's too much going on for me. So, or I'll do like just bronzer and not do contour. So I feel like I like the blush because it acts as a blush. This is what I'm wearing here. I'll put a little more on. It acts as a blush, but is sort of that like tan, for me at least. It's like this pinky terracotta is the color I want to call it. I just think it's really pretty. And I'm trying to remember, where did I think I saw Carter Sullivan. She's like a YouTuber that does vlogs and stuff. I think she shared it, and her skin tone's very different than mine, and it looks great on her. So anyway, I just think it's a great blush. It's pretty long lasting, and it's a nice like spring summer color. And then on that same note with e.l.f. makeup, one of my daughters informed me that e.l.f. came out with a Summer Friday dupe, and if you do not know what Summer Friday is, you must not have a teenager in your life, because Summer Friday is a lip gloss that looks like this, but it's, let's see, $30 more than this. So this is the Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm in Vanilla Toffee by e.l.f. And it's supposedly, which my daughter, I don't own any Summer Friday lip glosses, but my daughters have multiple, and they said that it is very, very similar. So we can put some of this on. This particular color has a little bit of a brown tint. I guess I already have some lip gloss on, so it's hard to see, but it's very natural. I like it, and it tastes good. I'm a more simple jewelry person than that. So I wear them if we're going out somewhere special or it's date night or something. But typically on the day-to-day, I just wear this because I like to wear jewelry that I never have to take off. So I was very generously approached by Miss Blue Jewelry and asked if I would like to receive some of their items as a gift to share with you all. And after doing a little research about the company, I found that all of their, they have beautiful, beautiful jewelry, beautiful items, lots of gem-like jewelry, so like sapphires and diamonds and things like that that are stunning. But I found that they were all ethically and sustainably made gems, which I do appreciate. And each purchase that you make also helps to plant 10 trees, and it provides 8 years of safe drinking water for people in need. So I liked the goal behind the company and the message behind the company. So I decided to pick a couple items that I would change out for myself for spring. And it arrived safely in a nice box. And then in the box was this bag. And let's see here. First, there's a little card from Miss Blue Fine Jewelry. And it says, "Thank you. We look forward to meeting you again at missblue.com." And then it says, "Miss Blue, inspired by the timeless wedding rhyme, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Miss Blue crafts exquisite jewelry that embodies love, tradition, and sustainability. Miss honors remarkable women worldwide, while blue symbolizes purity, love, and fidelity. Our breathtaking engagement rings, wedding bands, and fine jewelry seamlessly blend tradition and modern elegance. Miss Blue is committed to water conservation through reforestation, forest conservation, and water replenishment, aiming for sustainable industry practices, with global water demand doubling by 2030 and fresh water availability decreasing. We recognize the urgency. We strive for positive industry changes through responsible, transparent, and ethical practices." So, I think that's fantastic. They did give me a code for you all, and there will be also a link in the show description to their website, missblue.com. But you can use COLE15, COLE15, COLE15 for 15% off. Now let's go ahead and unbox the jewelry. So I picked out 2 pieces that I thought suited my style. So let's see which one this is. So this is a beautiful gold bangle that has a small diamond on either end. I just thought it was really pretty and dainty. And something that I could very easily wear day to day. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Thank you, Miss Blue. It's beautiful. So I got one little bracelet. just like this. Easy to put on. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. It's the perfect length. It's the perfect length for me. And I think it's so pretty. So, thank you, Miss Blue, for this beautiful jewelry. I feel very spoiled and very fortunate. I am definitely not one to buy myself new jewelry, especially not fine jewelry. So I appreciate this gift very much. And just so my viewers know, I have not been paid anything by Miss Blue. I do not make any money if you purchase an item. They have not sponsored this. They have simply sent me a gift and given me a code to share with you if you happen to be in the market for some fine jewelry. I certainly recommend that you check out this company. It has wonderful ethical values, which I appreciate. So, again, that is Cole 15 for 15% off if you are interested in purchasing some jewelry yourself. Okay, so moving on, we've done a beverage, we've done makeup, we've done jewelry, and now let's talk about clothing a little bit. So in the spring and summer months, I feel like that's my time to shine. That's when my wardrobe shines best. I'm not much of a fashion girly. I dress more for comfort, but I think that you can be comfortable and look cute, and I think that's easier to do in the spring and summer months. So I have been very excited to bring out my skirts. I love wearing skirts. I love wearing maxi skirts, midi skirts, short skirts. I love all the skirts. So I specifically this season, for whatever reason, I have been gravitating toward maxi skirts, and I've been trying hard not to make any new purchases this year for clothing and just trying to use what I have, but I did buy 2 new skirts. So I will show you one right now. I'm wearing it. Let me see if I can do this real quick. So that was kind of awkward, but I love a flowy maxi skirt. I just think they're comfortable and they're easy to wear. I usually will wear them with like a tank top, maybe like a cropped tank top. This one I think I have it tucked in because it's a longer tank. And I've also been wearing cardigans, which is kind of new to me. I mean, that's not true. I wear cardigans often, but I love the look lately of like a sweet little dress or a skirt and a top with just like a more tailored cardigan. I just think it's really cute. I've had this one, and then I have the same one in white, but then I also got some in a cropped version of them. So I just think it's a really sweet look, and I'm loving that for spring. This is just like a cotton cardigan, and the skirt is from Amazon. Now the other thing I love wearing pretty much year round, but I love wearing them in like the spring and fall the most probably, is overalls. I love overalls. I'm so glad they're back on trend because I think they're adorable and they're so comfortable. So I have 2 pair of denim overalls. One is just like regular denim and the other is black denim, and they're just so easy to throw on with a tank underneath or a t-shirt. In the winter I wear them with long sleeves. I'll often wear a cardigan over it, like a chunkier wool cardigan over it in the winter months. But they're so cute with like a pair of sandals and a tank top underneath. And then I just purchased a pair of overall shorts, so I have those to show you. I haven't even worn them yet because it's not quite warm enough for shorts for me. But these are just a Levi Strauss. I don't know. I can probably share a link to them in the description if anybody's interested in overall shorts. I believe you call overall shorts short-alls, but I will not be doing that. also make a really cute like beach cover up or swimsuit cover up. Just throw them on over your bathing suit. I have a pair that I leave at our lake cabin that are heavily distressed and very baggy, so I might replace them with these. I'm not sure. I think these would be cute just to wear like for every day too. So anyway, let me know if you also love overalls. Or maybe I'm alone here in this, but I think they're like adorable and so comfortable. Okay, so those are my like fashion favorites. Those are my current fashion favorites. Now, I was thinking I would discuss some like favorite hobbies of sorts. Myself and my family, we love doing puzzles. I have a little table in the living room that with 2 chairs, and we'll play games around it sometimes, but oftentimes we keep a puzzle just going on that table. So it's crazy, if you put a puzzle out, people gravitate toward it. And when I learned that, I decided to get a table that's designated for puzzles, so that anytime the kids are kind of just like, kids have a tendency, especially like tweens, they have a tendency to kind of like not mope around, but like lope around and like they don't know what to do with themselves sometimes, you know. But if they see a puzzle, all of a sudden they'll like intrigue them and they'll get started on it. So, and it's hard to walk away from a puzzle when you're in the middle of it. Although I will say, when you're doing a puzzle as a group and taking your time with it, like throughout several days, when you just like sit down for a few minutes and work on it, there have been some pretty sneaky moves in my house where somebody will take a piece and hide it so that they get to be the last one to finish it. So that they get to be the one to officially finish it, which is a pretty sneaky move. I mean, I understand it because there's something so satisfying about completing a puzzle, and there is equally something so detrimental about finishing a puzzle and realizing that there is a piece missing. It's very upsetting. So when that happens, what I often do though is I will clean up the puzzle and put a post-it note on it that says there's a piece missing from this, like 1 piece or 2 pieces, however many pieces there are missing, and I will put it aside, because sometimes puzzle pieces appear out of nowhere. They might get like stuck under a piece of furniture or a rug or who knows what, but they have shown up out of nowhere months later. So I will keep the puzzle for a while until it's been a bit and I realize that that piece is gone, and then I will throw it out. But we have a big puzzle collection in our home, and I like to change them out for seasons. So of course we have like a bunch of Christmas and like wintry ones. We have some cozy fall ones, some sort of more like nautical summery ones, and then I have a bunch of spring-ish ones as well. My favorite brand is Gallison. I love the Gallison puzzles. They're really high quality and their pictures are beautiful. And this is called Blooming Streets. So we've done this a few times. I am not against redoing puzzles over and over. I don't mind. But I will say that the 500-piece puzzle, does it say? Yeah, 500 pieces. That's like the sweet spot for me, because you can sit down and do a 500-piece puzzle like in an evening. But often when you have like a 1,000-piece puzzle or 2,000-piece puzzle, you'll lose me. I just can't do it. Like, these are easy enough to do, but they're like not too easy. This reminds me of like maybe like a Parisian street, or even like in Boston, if like the sun was setting or something. You see how it's so pink? I think it is just the prettiest puzzle. But Gallison has beautiful, beautiful puzzles, and they also make some like really also wrote 7 Summers. That's on my list to read, actually, and my daughter's. Let's see here. One Perfect Summer. I haven't read that, but I think my daughter has. So she's authored quite a few books. So I'm excited to read this spring. Okay, so I also have a couple home essentials for spring that I thought I would share with you. They're a little niche, perhaps, we'll see. But as you may or may not know, I have 2 golden retrievers, and they are my precious loves. They are amazing and wonderful. They're actually at the groomers right now. So if you have a dog, especially one that sheds a lot, this is something I highly suggest investing in. This is it goes this way, the Furminator. And it is a dog brush that is better than any other dog brush out there. And I've tried a lot of them. One of my Goldens has a very, very thick coat. He has a very downy undercoat. I think he has like 3 coats, and then he has like a mid-layer coat, and then he has his outer layer coat. He's actually getting his summer cut today. We give him a special haircut for like spring through early fall, just to keep him more comfortable. Because my dogs also go in the water in the summer, and golden retrievers are prone to hot spots, which is basically like bacterial growth underneath, or mold, I don't know what it is exactly, underneath their coats, because if it gets wet, it will sit on their skin and irritate it. So I try to make sure that doesn't happen for them. But anyway, this brush is great. And so if you're brushing them, it pulls up all that undercoat, and then it also has a little thing like this that pushes the fur out, so you can push it out. I brushed them this week, and it was like it was snowing in the yard. And my husband kind of got mad because he was like, "Why are you doing it right there? There's fur everywhere." And I told him that we would just have some really comfy birds because their fur would make the coziest bird's nest. So, the Furminator, essential for spring when the dogs are shedding their winter coat. And then another home item that I had to just recently repurchase, and I thought I would share with you, is this 3M High Strength Oil Repair. And if you own a home or have a rental or anything like that, I recommend this product. It's fantastic. It's like a drywall spackle. also chopped up the chicken breast into like cubes. I also didn't have dried onion, so I simply chopped up an onion and used part of it in the marinade, and I saved the other part and sort of sauteed them down in the pan before I cooked the chicken. Now for the rice. You'll need 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil, a large onion, a cup of dry long grain white rice. I used jasmine rice, 2 cups of chicken stock, and 1/4 teaspoons of dried oregano, 5 cloves of minced garlic, 3/4 a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, lemon slices, fresh minced parsley, and extra lemon zest. I did not use fresh parsley. That's simply for garnish, so I didn't waste my time with that. But in a large bag, you're going to add all the ingredients for your marinade and go ahead and put your chicken in there and massage it and allow it to sit for like 15 minutes to overnight.